On this week's weekly video fishing forecast, we have the latest from our correspondents from around the island. Fred talks about how the upcoming weather will affect anglers fishing from the beach. Plus, Mark McGowan is back with the North Shore Report. And for our Spanish followers, we have Jonathan from J&J Sports, all here at the new fisherman.com. The fishing news is sponsored by these fine partners. Before we get to the reports, let's check in with News 12 meteorologist Rich Von Olin and see what's on tap for the weekend.
All right, thanks, Tim. Let's check the weekend forecast, anglers. And once again, not looking at the best conditions here, like we've had the past several weekends here. Let's check the water temps, and we've had 70s, cooling down a little bit now across the ocean and the sound. And wave heights, northeast breeze. Yet again, we have a big heave coming in. 8 to 15 offshore, 4 to 8 near shore, northeast breeze, 2 to 4 on the sound. And it only gets worse. Later Saturday going through Sunday. Look at the red coming in. And that's with offshore Hurricane Teddy, which will produce some big waves beyond 20, 30 miles. So not going to be the ideal weekend to go tuna fishing again. Northeast, 15, 25, just like last weekend, if not a little worse. The ocean really going to be riled up quite a bit. They want to stay in the bay, stay local. Again, the ocean's really going to be kind of rough. The inlets will be rough. Sunday, not much better. Still northeast, about 15 to 25 and gusts to 25, 30. So not great. High tide Saturday, midday North Shore, morning across the South Shore. I'll show you quickly on the Guru here, and let's see if we can get that Guru. There it is. And, it's just not terrific here. There's Saturday, and there's the northeast breeze, and there's the big waves. It's in meters, so multiplied by 3. Talking 6 to 8, maybe 6 to 9 by Sunday still. That northeast breeze. So again, this weekend, anglers can't get a break here, but maybe down the road, maybe next week it'll be a little better. Tim, back to you.
Remember, be sure to check out News 12 for the latest weather before heading out on the water. Fisherman senior editor Fred Golofaro has a silver lining to this weekend's weather.
Hey Tim, and yeah, it's unfortunate with only a week and a half left of fluke season that we're going to have 3 days of stiff northeast winds. It's pretty much going to kill any ocean fishing, and the sound's going to be tough to get out on also. Might be able to find some action in the back bays, the South Shore bays, some of the harbors on the North Shore. But on the other side of the coin, surf fishermen should be looking forward to this weekend. There's 3 days of northeast winds. There's going to be bait moving, should have mullet moving out of the bays. Probably snappers also. They'll be leaving the canals. We're going to have cooler temperatures. The South Shore inlets are probably the place to be for the most part, and there's some protection from them, especially if you get on the east side of the inlets or fish the pockets on the west sides as that bait comes out. But don't overlook Montauk. Montauk can be really good on strong northeast winds, and they're talking Friday gusts to 30, and then the rest of the weekend gusts to 20, 25. So those conditions combined with the cooler temperatures, we could be looking at some real good surf fishing opportunities over the next few days.
If you're going to hit the beach this weekend, Long Island managing editor Matthew Broderick has this tip for you.
One of the most critical things between you and the fish when surf casting is the line that you use. It's a good idea going into the full run to replace the line on your spools. I like to carry 2 spools with me. I just got these done right here at Saltwater's Tackle, but be sure to visit your local tackle shop and get your spools filled up for the full run. One spool I like to put 50-pound braid on for fishing rocky structure and inlets. Montauk, it's great to have that. For fishing sand beaches, I like to put 30-pound test on, just so I get that extra distance when the fish are maybe over that outer bar sometimes. Aside from putting new line on your spools going into the full run, it's also a great idea to get a fresh service on your reels as well.
We start off this week with Paul McCain from River Bay Outfitters, who is out in Montauk with our fly and freshwater report.
Hello, Tim. Well, here I am. I'm out in Montauk this week, and surprisingly, Montauk's known for salt water, but I'm here doing freshwater. I'm fishing on Fort Pond. It's a beautiful kettle pond. We've got bass. It's got bluegills, sunnies, walleye, crappie. It's got a lot of everything. We're out here fishing with our fly rods, kayaks and fly rods. We're having a great time. It's been really good. The weather's been perfect. The wind is down. It's been absolutely terrific. But speaking of salt water, Captain Tim O'Rourke, he's been out here fishing right off the point. He lives out here, so he knows what's going on. He's reporting now. You got bass, you got bluefish, and albacore in the mix. So this is the time. Get out here, schedule a guide, and get out on the boats. Capt. Dave Flanagan, he's actually working the North Shore, doing very well on the North Shore. And on the South Shore, right, I've been hearing from Duck Dennis that there was albacore and some blues over behind Jones Beach. So this is the season to get out now while you can. It's going to be a long winter, and tight lines, everybody.
We have Captain Timothy O'Rourke from Montauk.
Thanks, Tim. Well, everybody, greetings from Montauk. Even though the weather was a little nautical over the weekend, people are still getting out. The fluke fishing on the south side has been very productive. There's been some decent fish being caught right under the radar tower and places like that. Local youth Sarah Stuckert has put a fish on the board for the Montauk Youth Fluke Tournament. So with a couple weeks left in fluke, get out and enjoy some final days of fluke fishing. In regards to the bass fishing, there's some decent sized fish being caught out in the rips. Plenty of fish over the slot size, but if you work at it, you can get your slot fish to take home. Local fly fish light tackle captain Merritt White put his customers on with some nice bass jigging in the rips. And in regards to false albacore season starting to approach, but they're kind of hit or miss now. They haven't really filled in, but there's plenty of bass and bluefish around to keep you occupied. Rio Products has a really good selection of flies this year. This week we're gonna show you the play bait, which is a great great fly for striped bass and bluefish. Even though the weather's gonna be a little blowy this weekend, we're calling for northeast wind. Hopefully you can get out and enjoy some fishing. Thanks again.
From Shinnecock, let's check in with Mike Dean with all the news from the East End.
Thanks, Tim. Hey, everyone. Hoodie weather, fall run. Fishing continues to be pretty solid here. We're getting a decent amount of albies going through the inlets and just outside of the inlet. However, conditions have been a little rough for people to get out there. Haven't heard a whole lot about fluke and sea bass just because of those conditions, but I have seen some fluke catches in the inlet on bucktails tipped with gulp and kind of like a high-low with a smaller bucktail or just a hook with a gulp on it. Down in Moriches, some cocktail blues, some small bass at incoming and outgoing. Pretty much the start of outgoing, and then it seemed to kind of die off back there. Off the beach, there's not too much action striped bass away from if you're soaking clam bellies. They had shown up a little bit earlier last week, but one of those things with just so much bait around, adult bunker, peanut bunker, both in the bay and the ocean, that should start to liven up pretty quick. Not too much in terms of the tuna and offshore fishing because of this blow. A lot of people saying that the yellowfin bite might be over, but start the ghost chasing for bluefins this fall. So till next week, get out there, have fun, catch them up. Back to you, Tim. Thanks.
From the Fire Island area and the Great South Bay, let's check in with Captain Al Lorenzetti.
Hey Tim, Fire Island report. Better hold on to your hat this weekend. It's going to be a rough one. Ocean is out for sure. 10-foot seas, the remnants of the hurricanes coming through, and other hurricanes offshore, so they're whipping things up. And even inshore fishing might be tough. But if you can get out there, if you find a window, weak fish caught in all the channels, West Channel, East Channel, Range Channel. Early morning bite, later afternoon better, but I think with this wind, a lot of east wind, we're going to get clean water pushed in, so maybe the bite will be good even during the daytime hours, now with less boat traffic around as well. So bottom fishing still excellent, a lot of trigger fish, blowfish, a few flukes still around. That's kind of on the slow side, but anyway, hunker down for this weekend and hopefully we get back to fishing real soon. That's about it, Tim. Take care, have a good week.
Let's go to the North Shore and check in with Hawaiian Dan.
Thanks, Tim. All right, everybody. Aloha! I'm Hawaiian Dan of the YouTube channel TalkFishTV.com, reporting for the Fisherman magazine. This week, reporting on the central North Shore of Long Island and the central South Shore of Long Island as well. Now, the hatch this week is still microbait, grass shrimp, rain bait, white bait, butterfish, squid, peanut bunker, adult bunker, and reports of finger mullet as well. Heck, we have a smorgasbord buffet of bait in our waters right now. I had a chance to explore the South Shore with my Sea Eagle inflatable stand-up paddleboard from Seagull.com. I simply unroll it, inflate it, and go, and I have to tell you, the South Shore is simply flooded with life. On the South Shore, peanut bunker can be found putting on a show with predators hot on their tails. The day bite on both shore are producing snappers, bluefish, porgy, sea bass, fluke, stripers, sea robins, and of course the unintentional blackfish. The night bite is producing schoolie stripers and porgy, with sea bass and the unintentional blackfish still swimming around, as well as bluefish. It doesn't matter if you're fishing from shore or watercraft, the fish are everywhere, from the back bays to the open ocean, so it's a great time to get out there and fish. The trick is to match the hatch, profile, and presentation. Pay close attention to what's going on around you. Keep your baits and lures in the strike zone as long as possible so that you have the best opportunity to trigger a strike. If you need any gear or local intel, please visit my friends at Capt Bait and Tackle on your way to Robert Moses, my local and favorite Miller Place Bait and Tackle here in Miller Place. Say hi to Misty, Sue, and Jim. Caraftis Fishing Station in Port Jeff. Now, who doesn't love the Caraftis family? Or Smith Point Bait and Tackle as you're heading over to the South Shore. If you have any questions or would like any specific tips, shoot me a Facebook message to Hawaiian Dan, and I'll do my very best to answer them and help you out. If you like what you've seen here, please visit my YouTube channel, TalkFishTV.com, and smash that subscribe button, because there's more to come. Seminars, tutorial fishing videos, ebooks, and audiobooks are soon to be released, so you don't want to miss out. Now get off those couches, grab those rods, and get out there and fish, fish, fish. The fall run is off to a good start. Remember to follow the rules. Keep practicing your social distancing. Keep masking up and spread as much aloha as you possibly can. Until next week, I'm Hawaiian Dan of TalkFishTV.com reminding you to stay safe, stay strong, and I love you, Long Island. Now back to you, Tim. Aloha.
With our offshore report, let's check in with Captain Tony Gatto.
Thanks, Tim. With 5 named storms all active at once, things are going to get stirred up a bit. This is when your temperature charts really pay for themselves. Checking coral for potential hotspots after the storms is a must. Off the edge, sword fishing remains strong both day and night deep dropping. Here is Teddy Prager with some nice ones that he caught off the Hudson. The midshore tuna bite continues to be active. I expect once things settle down that the fall shark season will be open with a bang. This is when the large makos make their ways through. Today is the only reasonable day to go fishing. So if you're offshore, good luck, and drop me a line with your reports. Back to you, Tim.
From Seaford, we have Raja Boodoo.
Hey Tim, hey anglers, how's it going? So as you guys are well aware, the weather has been really bad over the past couple of days, and it's been really difficult for most guys in the area to get out of the inlet. So really can't have anything accurate to say regarding the reefs or the offshore scene, but I did manage to fish the back bays a little bit and tried anchoring up by the bridges. It's a slow pick. There's a few smaller sea bass starting to pile up, but it's action, and the bluefish are definitely around. And what's also encouraging to report is that there's a lot of bunker in the bays. So, you know, as these water temperatures decline, the striped bass are going to start to move in a little more. There have been some schoolies picked up in the back bays, but nothing really in the area of bigger keepers. But we're in the season now, and the water's still pretty warm in the bays, but as it continues to decline, we'll be looking for those bigger striped bass. So the clam bellies have seemed to be working for, you know, you get a little action here or there for the schoolies, but aside from that, it's been a pretty slow pick. But that's all we have to really report for this week, Tim. Anglers, get out there, give it your best effort. There's still some fluke to be caught, and we're looking forward to a nice fall run. But Tim, back to you.
Now let's go back to the North Shore with a face we haven't seen in a while. Mark McGowan from Cow Harbor Bait and Tackle. Mark?
Hey guys, it's great to be back on the reports. Thanks for all these requests saying where you've been, and we want to see some more information, hear about it. So here I am, glad to be back on, everybody. As far as what's been going on in the Northport, Huntington area, all the way down to Smithtown, across over to Cold Spring Harbor, it's been really good action with jigging up bluefish. That seems to be a steady flow. There's been some small bass in the back of the harbors. I'm seeing a lot of blue claws still. One of them are, you know, mating. If they're mating, don't catch them, let them go. Remember, if they've got eggs, you can't keep them. Stick to those regulations. But there's still plenty of stuff happening. There's been weak fish,
Spanish mackerel. Have not seen albacore. We spoke about that on our podcast we do. And after that 2 weeks ago area, I have not seen them again. So I'm thinking maybe the blow changed things up. You can look forward to this new moon coming up this weekend. I think it's going to be red hot. We're going to have winds switching to the northeast. We'll see if there's any rain. Remember, a lot of times this time of the year, if you get like a cold, hard driving rain with those heavy northeast winds, it could start the mullet run and really turn on the fish along these beaches. As far as things that we're seeing that we normally never see here up on the North Shore, it's been large dusky sharks all the way in the back of the harbors, and they're really chasing bait. Sometimes you're lucky enough to see them come up and hit the bunker, and that's really something else to see. Cow-nose rays everywhere, people catching them off the dock, the boat, you name it. I've really never seen that. We even had a sea tortoise in one of the harbors swimming around for a few days. So there's a lot of stuff going on. The water temps are still around 70, so look for that little bit of a drop to really turn the fish on. We're coming into blackfish season. It's going to be happening soon, so we'll be carrying crabs at the shop early for those guys that are going out. I found the sea bass is still around. You have to switch up the baits a little bit, techniques, and they're right there for you. As far as peanut bunker and spearing, I see a lot of peanut bunker, all different sizes, 1 to 2 inches, 3 to 4 inches. I like the 3 to 4 inch to target. If you can get cast net, if you're any good at it, it's a great way to grab yourself some bait and use them live. That could really be a game changer for you. And it's just non-stop action. I will be talking more about it next week. I hope that you have a great weekend, and until then, I bid you peace, tight lines.
Let's check in with Chris Ludwig.
Hey, thanks Tim. What's going on, guys? So this last week I wanted to do a couple different things, mainly try out this new gulp I got my hands on. So these are the 4-inch paddle shads. I'm sure you guys seen me talk about these before, but they're freaking amazing. They swim like a Kitech, they're tight, they're strong like regular gulp. I mean, everything you love about them, plus a paddle tail. What could you know, what's not to like? And then we also had these guys, the 3-inch glows. So these guys worked really well on the high-low rigs. I found out that extra flutter going down, you know, it may do something. But we switched over to the 4-inch swimming mullet at one point, and it was the chartreuse tip. That's the pearl white chartreuse, and it annihilated the fluke, the sea bass, the sea robins, and you know, brought a bluefish in too. So, excuse me, can't complain about that. Farther down in the week, I did some freshwater fishing. I went down to my tunnel now that the weather's cooling down a little bit. And lo and behold, a bunch of white perch showed up, and some nice size ones at that. We were just throwing live night crawlers and small circle hooks, or octopus hooks, excuse me, 15-pound fluorocarbon deep into the tunnel, way past the bluegills, and these guys would hammer it. So it's a good time out there. This transition weather is getting some beautiful fishing going on, and once again, hope to see you all out there. Take care.
Captain Mike Sentry has the latest from Staten Island.
Thanks, Tim and Fred. Hope all is well. Well, guys, the fluke has definitely been picking up in the Raritan Bay. Captain Frank from the Vitamin C charters out of Keyport, New Jersey. He has been doing very well with his charters, targeting the fluke. Seems like right now, late season, you got less than a week to go. Pretty much less than a day to go. Actually, the Saturday is going to be the 19th in New Jersey waters. That's when it closes. So pretty much you got Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It closes at midnight. Striped bass front. A lot of my guys been going out, having plenty of success catching striped bass. You got Crunch Sportfish, pretty much targeting striped bass every day, having success in the New York Harbor. He's using a fresh bunker. On the bluefin bite, well, one of my boys, Mr. Book, decided to go on a charter boat in Massachusetts, and they landed a 908-pound bluefin tuna. So this was definitely a giant. I believe it weighed around 710 field dress. That means head and guts removed. So with that said, guys, Captain Mike MG, otherwise known as Mike Sentry. God bless. Take care, guys. Tight lines.
For our Spanish friends, we have Jonathan Campoverde from J&J Sports in Patchogue.
Hola, ¿cómo está? Me llamo Jonathan y estoy aquí para darles un consejo para la pesca. En esta temporada en otoño hay 3 diferentes de pescados. Hay sea robins, porgies y triggerfish. Para estos pescados necesitas algo simple como un porgy rig que viene con 2 lanzuelos y un clip. En el clip le pone una pesa y en los lanzuelos le puede poner 2 diferentes carnales. Lombrices por concha. Estos pescados son bien divertidos y son bien deliciosos. Por favor, mantengan las playas limpias, sean respetuosos de su ambiente y lo más importante, diviértense.
Joe Ben Savenga was down in Nags Head, North Carolina last Sunday night and caught redfish off the dock all night long on fresh mullet. Then on his way back to the island, he stopped in Virginia and did a number on the largemouth bass using minnows. Joe definitely gets around. If you'd like to be part of our weekly video fishing forecast, we're looking for social media savvy anglers for hyperlocal reporting from around the New York Metro and Long Island area. So if you're a captain, tackle shop, or just an avid angler, contact me at libayrat@gmail.com. Remember, like our video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and tap on the bell to be notified instantly when we post a new video on YouTube. And of course, be a subscriber to the Fisherman magazine to be part of the Kayak Clash contest and win this Old Town Autopilot kayak worth over $4,000. Check out this video's description on YouTube for all the related links and more information. And please support our correspondents by visiting their website and social media pages. Looks like another tough weekend ahead of us, but maybe you can find a place out of the wind and get a good day of fishing in. Until then, I'll see you right here next week at the all-new Fisherman.com. Steigercraft boats, built by people who fish our waters. Serious anglers choose Steigercraft for their 40 years of boat building experience right here in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic. Visit steigercraft.com for a dealer near you.